I have a question for you. Are you a golfer? Are you just somebody that plays at golf? Big question and a very important question. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel, where on this channel, I give you sound information and plans where you can actually improve your golf game. So if you're a person who really wants to improve at golf, do yourself a favor and subscribe to my channel. And you want to make sure that you're watching every video that I put out, because again, I'm here to try and help you. So the question that I asked at the beginning, are you a golfer? Are you just somebody who plays at golf? Is a very valid question, because there is a big, big difference. I'm in the middle of high school golf season here in Mobile, Alabama, and dealing with a lot of kids that are, you know, that kind of middle 80s kid that really wants to be a 70s shooter. When they go out and have a bad day, they blow up and they shoot 90. And they just don't get it. And you explain to them that the things that they're doing on the golf course and the way that they're preparing themselves to play in tournaments and to play aren't what golfers do. And it's very difficult to get that across, because in their mind, they're trying really hard. And you know, I understand that, but they're trying really hard at the wrong things. So in this video, what I want to do is I want to point out a few examples of the difference between a golfer and the person who just comes out and plays at golf and hopes that they shoot a good score. So let's talk about example number one. And since we're on the driving range, let's start here. So my students will talk to me and I'll ask them about their practice, and they'll tell me, yes, I'm practicing. I go to the range every day and I hit balls. And I say, well, how are you hitting balls? Well, I go buy a bucket of balls and I put them down and I hit them. And I say, what are you trying to do when you're on the driving range? Well, I'm trying to hit good shots. That's not a golfer. You can't go to the driving range and try and hit good shots. You got to go to the driving range and work on the things that you need to work on. You have to put a practice station down that's going to make you achieve what you're trying to achieve. And you have to be patient, and you have to be disciplined enough to stand out there on that range and hit balls with a station. Maybe you're going to hit some bad ones. That's okay. But you have to practice with a purpose. The other thing that you need to be doing on the driving range is you need to be out there hitting some shots. Work on hitting it a little high one time, work on hitting it low, work on hitting a draw, work on hitting a little fade, so that if you're on the golf course and you need to hit one of those shots, you know how. When you come up to the putting green, do you just bring 3 balls up and just randomly hit putts from one hole to the next hole to the next hole? Well, if you do that, you're not really a golfer, because you're just using that same old putting stroke that you have that doesn't allow you to putt very well on the golf course. If you're a golfer, you need to come up onto the putting green. You need to have something on the ground to help you make sure that you're aimed properly, that makes sure that your eyes are in the right place. And people, my biggest training aid that I like get people to use is a putting mirror. And the one from Eyeline Golf is the one that I love. I think everybody that plays golf should have one of these. Check the link in the description below down there. I'll give you a couple of different places where you can take a look at them. But get yourself set up. Make sure your posture is really good. Make sure you're aimed. Make sure that stroke is staying on line. This is what's going to make you a better putter, not randomly just hitting from one hole to the next hole. When you're finished working on your putting stroke, do you then take a golf ball and go out and practice putting yourself under pressure? Do you try and play games that simulate on-course experiences to where you have a goal, and when you get close to that goal, your insides get a little bit jumpy, and you practice under pressure knowing that you can then get on the golf course and make a putt with pressure? If you're not doing these things, you're not a golfer. You're just a guy who comes out and plays golf. When you're working on your chipping, are you the guy that brings your shag bag out, dumps all those 30, 40 golf balls out and just stands there and just keeps hitting the same shot over and over and over again with that same old chipping motion? That's not a golfer. That's a guy that's just getting better at doing what he already does. If you're a golfer, you come out, you put something on the ground, making sure that you're making solid contact. You have the ability to check to make sure that your stroke is correct. You put a target out on the green for distance control and where you want to land that ball. And then you work on, landing it on that spot and hitting solid shots. And again, like putting, do you put yourself under pressure when you're practicing your chipping? Do you just take one golf ball and chip it up towards a hole and go try and get up and down? Do you play simulated games? That's a golfer. You got to practice under pressure so that when you get on that golf course again, you know that you can handle it and you know that you can pull the shot off. Are you the golfer that busts out driver on every single hole that you play and you're trying to hit that driver as far as you can because it's going to give you the best opportunity to make a birdie? And when you do make a birdie, you talk a lot about it, but you don't tell people about the other 8 times you played that hole in the last 15 where you blew the ball in the woods or hit it out of bounds and you made a double. That's not a golfer. A golfer uses course management. A golfer plays the hole how it needs to be played. A golfer is taking less risk, being more aggressive into conservative targets so that he is worried about his score at the end of the day, not whether he can say, I made a birdie on that hole. Are you the golfer that whether you're playing by yourself or you're playing with your buddies and you hit a bad shot, you immediately grab another ball and put it down and hit another shot? And you tell yourself in your mind that, hey, I'm still working on something, I'm trying to hit good shots? That doesn't help you play golf. That doesn't make you a golfer. A golfer hits a bad shot, he's got to immediately start thinking, hey, here's an opportunity where I have to go use my skills and I've got to figure out a way to minimize the damages here. I'm going to give myself the best opportunity that I can to make a par, okay? And at worst case scenario, I'm going to make a bogey. Also, when you hit that bad shot, do you get all mad and your feelings get hurt and you allow that anger to stay with you for the next 2-3 shots, the next 2-3 holes? That's not what golfers do. Yeah, everybody hits bad shots. The best in the world hit bad shots, but you got to let them go because that's what golfers do. Golfers let it go. And golfers, again, go figure out how to minimize the damages. Because when you're pissed off, you can't play golf. You're not a golfer. Now, are you the golfer that when you get up to your shot, you just grab that club because it says whatever distance it is, and you step up and you hit it, and you're just hoping to hit a good shot? It's not what golfers do. A golfer has worked hard on developing a really good pre-shot routine that gets you in the right mindset in order to perform your best. A golfer is going to look at that shot, regardless of what the yardage is, and figure out, is there wind? Do I need to keep the ball down? Where am I going to miss that shot if I'm going to miss it? They plan their shots. They use course management. You got to be like a golfer. And lastly, are you the golfer that fires at every single pin, regardless of where it is on the green? And you're just hoping like heck that you're going to hit a really good shot that might get in there close? That's not what golfers do. A golfer, he analyzes the situation. Where is that pin? That pin's in the back left corner of that green. And if I go long, I'm over that slope in the back. I've got no chance of getting it up and down. If I miss left, I'm down the slope over there. I've got no chance of getting it up and down. So the golfer, he's not even aiming at that pin. He's trying to put the ball somewhere right out here in the middle of the green. And he's just going to accept the fact that, hey, I've got a 25-foot putt for birdie. And hey, I got a chance to make it, but I'm going to walk away this hole with a par. See, a golfer understands his game. A golfer understands that with every iron that he hits, there's a dispersion pattern, that he's not going to hit them all straight. I don't care how good he is, there's a dispersion pattern. And you're not going to be able to control it perfectly. So hey, if my dispersion pattern is 25 feet left or 25 feet right with a 7-iron in my hand, and I'm hitting a 7-iron into this green, well, 25 feet left puts me off the green. Whereas if I aim it over here to the middle of the green, now I miss it 25 feet left. Hey, I've just hit it even closer to the pin, but I'm on the green. If I miss it 25 feet to the right, I'm over here and I've just got a little bit longer putt. So folks, if you want to play better golf, If you want to be a better golfer, if you want to shoot lower scores, then you got to start doing things like golfers do. And let me tell you, it takes practice. You know, you have to practice controlling your emotions on the golf course. You got to practice aiming things to the middle of the green because your brain wants to shoot that ball over there towards the pin. It takes practice developing a good pre-shot routine. So if you want to play better golf, you have to do things the right way. And you have to play golf like a person who knows how to play golf. Minimize the risks. Take advantage of the good shots when you can. And play golf like a golfer. I want to thank y'all so much for coming in here and watching this video. Again, I'm in the middle of high school season and all of this is on my mind because this is what I'm doing every single day with these high school kids that I'm teaching, trying to get them to play better golf and shoot some lower scores. And let me tell you, it's hard because they're hard-headed and that's just human nature. I'm not knocking anybody, but it's very difficult to get them to change because, hey, they're convinced that the way they're playing is the way that they need to play in order to score better. And yet it doesn't work. So do yourselves a favor, play golf like a golfer and come back to this channel every now and again and listen to some more of my great advice and see if we can get your score better. Do me a favor before you leave this video, hit that subscribe button one more time because that's what I do on this channel. I'm trying to help you play better golf. Thanks a lot, y'all. Have a great day.